not perfect. So, having said that, we ask for, everyone out there to bear with us. We apologize for any inconvenience we may have caused, particularly, for instance, with the data drop domain, we had an issue with that, and that was an oversight on our part. From our perspective, we kind of had internal agreement that probably won't happen again. Luckily, the person who's responsible for that is no longer with the company, so we couldn't fire the person. But the point is that we try to do the best we can.
Pop is popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Max Pinecast.
Welcome back, everybody, to Poppin' Mad Pinecast, episode 2. And they said it couldn't be done, but you heard it here second. Mags, I just heard an official apology from Mitch Lou directly to you. Tell me how you feel.
I definitely feel some vindication. I would expect it a little sooner after, we just started this podcast a couple days ago. And that's the power of the podcast. It got back to him. You saw him look, to the camera. He didn't say it, but you could tell. Magnum, we apologize. We are sorry for that. And
listen, when I first heard and saw that, he wasn't even looking at me when he said it. I could tell he wasn't looking at me. He was looking right at you. I could feel it. Everyone knows it. That apology, even though he didn't say Magnum, that apology was directly to you, man. I think you got to give credit to the hat.
That's the power of the hat. And now we can officially announce that we're in phase 3 with the hat. So everyone keep those hats, keep them on. We're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to hold accountability. And they're gonna know who we are. So yeah, that was huge. You sent me a message after it happened, and he said, "Hey, I saw he gave you he's issued an apology. It definitely looked like he was addressing you, but he didn't say your name. Is that good enough?" And I said, "You know what?" I go, that is good enough. And you said, "Oh, that's classic Magnum, always taking the high road." And that's what I do. You know me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're taking the high road big time on this one. So you're bringing up here phase 3 of the hat, and I'm curious, what does phase 3 involve?
That's a good question. Everyone wants to know, hey, what's going on? You saw the official Magnum account tweeted out the mission accomplished from the aircraft carrier after the apology. So want everyone else to take up the fight, to hold people accountable, people in their ivory towers and their hot tubs. We expect to be taken seriously, and we're not going anywhere just because we got the apology that we deserved. So that's all that entails. And if anyone else wants to take the lead in this fight, they're more than welcome. I can only do so much. I can't even spell correctly most of the time.
No, before we get there, I did see a meme that you put out on Twitter this past week, Game of Thrones, and it seemed like the hat was off for that. I wasn't sure if that was you hanging up the hat or what that was.
Yeah, so I did it with the Pine community at large, followers of Magnum. The hat's not going away. I did it a couple ways, and I liked it better without the hat. So, the hat was on the ground. He was just going to pick it up and put it back on. Because initially, I thought maybe I'd put some different hats instead of pineapples in the Game of Thrones one. And that's just how it worked out. And I like the smile on that one without the hat. But I'm keeping the hat. It's not going anywhere.
The smile is contagious with or without the hat. That's for sure.
For sure, it's the best. It's the best smile on SPS.
It is. It really is. No question about it. So that official apology came directly out of the AMA. I'm surprised it wasn't the first thing that happened. To be honest,
yeah,
a little disappointed.
It was like at the hour 24 mark ish.
Ish, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 124, 30-ish, something like that, but who knows? But the other big news that came out was I
Was
heard
that
something.
their Wi-Fi went down?
Well,
Kyle,
yeah,
what
that's a
did you
whole nother
do?
story.
Okay.
But no, I heard that we're going to be able to take our NFTs off of Data Drop at some point. That seems pretty spicy. You like the sounds of
Maggie loved the sound of that. I tell you what, super excited about that. What's going to happen? Are we going to get to play with the big boys on OpenSea? What are we going to do? I mean, this project is going places, and it's you were talking last episode about a big injection of bull. That was pretty bull injection type material right there, I thought.
Yeah, that definitely, I've been saying it for a while that I'm not going to feel safe until Popper's on my ledger. He needs to be stored in the freezer and just, kept there safekeeping. So I'm certainly looking forward to getting him out of there into my own possession. No keys, not your NFTs, boys. So once you get the chance, get them into your own possession, lock them up. Let's keep these guys safe. But
Not
yeah,
your Hawaiian shirt, not your popper. Am I right?
yeah. I actually want to look for that Hawaiian shirt and get myself a version of that.
Yeah, same with me with Magnum. It is a
You
beautiful
should.
shirt.
It is a beautiful shirt.
With the compass on the
I
shoulder.
know that's going to be tough to replicate, but might have to put a special order in. It is very cool though that both Popper and Magnum have that compass on their left shoulder. Curious if there's any meaning behind it.
Curious that, and also I was thinking, do you think it's possible there's any other customs with Hawaiian shirts lurking around?
You know what? It's certainly possible. I have a feeling that there's still quite a few out there that we might not even know about. So I'm certainly looking forward to seeing some new cans open. And you know what? I actually saw today there was like 4 or 5 cans open, man. Looked like the Gutter Gang got opened. I couldn't believe it. I'm wondering who that sap was that opened those.
It was me. I took some more swings, and you know what they say: strike 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are out.
Yeah.
And I didn't do too well, but the price was good. So
it seemed like there was one halfway decent one in there, if I'm remembering correctly.
Lumberjack is the lumberjack with the pitchfork. He was okay.
Yeah, not what you're looking for though.
I mean, I wouldn't kick it out of bed, but I mean, I
wouldn't kick the florist of the floors out of bed. They're all going to be beautiful.
Floors at these prices are super intriguing, if you ask me.
Yeah, honestly, it's funny. You look at it versus USD, and everyone's like, "Oh man, look how terrible it's doing." And then you look at it versus T Fuel, and it's like, "Wait a minute, this is still a lot of T Fuel to buy this." So.
It's a ton of T Fuel.
Yeah,
$329 right now, I believe, for the cheapest. Are you kidding me? And just recently when these challenges were announced, there was a fair amount of grumbling because I mean it is expensive. Not gonna lie, but as you mentioned previously, that the pines have held their value, and but I mean, the initial price was $199 to back in November to mint these bad boys.
That's right.
And gals, and most of them are holding high. It's just T Fuel back then was a lot more expensive than it is today. So, but the USD part is intriguing for pickup at those prices. I'm wondering where Metal Cooler's hanging out and the Pine Sweeper. Haven't heard much from the Pine Sweeper lately. Tell you what.
Yeah. It almost looks like the buffet is back ready for the Pine Sweeper to come through again. Pine Sweeper came through and really cleared a hole in the buffet table. So maybe they're waiting for it to be reloaded. Who knows? But I'm assuming they're probably sitting on a pile of T Fuel if they're just coming through and raking pines.
Yeah, we're ready for it. Just real quick, back to the Hawaiian shirt. You've seen my poster, the once a pie in a time and
Oh
Grovey
yeah.
one, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
absolutely. That was, and hold before you get any farther. That was awesome. That was amazingly done, and I'm sure it took maybe 10 or 12 minutes to put that together. So that was time well worth it, man.
Well, if they were halfway decent at memes, it probably should have taken 12 minutes. It took me a lot longer to do that. I'm a real Michelangelo when it comes to that. But Brad Pitt's character Cliff Booth in that, I don't know if you've seen the movie. It's amazing. It's a great movie. He has this sweet. He's a great character, and he has this sweet yellow Hawaiian shirt. Just would look killer. And in the movie, he did have this fight scene with Bruce Lee, which there's already a Bruce Lee pine, which would just, full circle and super meta.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows what that James has for everything in there. But I thought
Yeah.
that would be cool to be, instead of, just me and you with them, that, maybe somebody else can get a Hawaiian shirt and live the Hawaiian life,
Yeah. Hey, it's a great life to live,
So speaking of checking out these duds that were opened today and yesterday by me, I saw you had a couple pickups today as well.
It's funny because you try to sneak a fastball by somebody and there's no sneaking any fastballs by a certain group of pines on Theta Drop. So yeah, I told you last week, man, like I'm not going anywhere and I'm as bullish now as I've ever been. But I have my appetite has been, a little on the lower side lately. But for a long time, I've been peaking these pin pines. I had a banana pin guy, but that's the only pin I had. So I've been eyeing these SPS pins and Theta pins and just watching them drop. And man, I couldn't take it any longer. I did what needed to be done and got an SPS pin and a Theta pin and added them to my crew this week. So putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not just saying these things. I'm actually saying what I believe. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm all in.
Yeah, and I've watched some others as they acquire their pins, and all of a sudden they somehow they either pull or they buy a the creme de la creme, the T-Fuel pin, that rare son of a gun that is super elusive.
The mythic.
The ultra mythic, hollow, reverse, what have you. But yeah, it's super nice. A lot of people, they get into it and they get out of it and somebody else gets into it. Am I bragging that I got all four?
Well, hey, at least
yes,
between us, we got one T-Fuel pin. You know what I mean?
We do.
Yeah, get that one in the freezer. That's rarer than your custom.
Oh, definitely. Well, speaking of customs, did we not have some new customs enter the Pinosphere?
Technically, we did not have new customs. These guys are altered pines. These are, so if you click on the data firm, it says altered pine true. So yeah, we had some strange happenings coming out of the portal. It just so happens, so we got the Pinecast last week and you're looking for an apology. And I tell the world that I'd take Alf and Erp as my first round pick if I had to redo it again. And look at that, man. Just that alone got these guys those altered pines. Can you even believe it? So Alf, Erp,
can believe
you guys are welcome. This one's on me. No, I'm in all seriousness. These guys well deserved for everything that they've put into this community, as far as I'm concerned. All just nonstop. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous, and every time, especially Alf, every time I think he's outdone himself. I don't know if you saw that the Terminator RoboCop one. What the heck is this guy doing? So yeah, definitely well deserved. They're in the trenches day in and day out with everyone. So
yeah, definitely, and Haydenist too. Although he didn't participate in Pine Madness, right? I don't remember him being a part of that.
I don't remember him being a part of it because that pine would have got super far.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to remember a pine like that.
So I was talking to him a while ago, his Joker, and it's not a custom. And you know how a lot of these traits turn into a custom if they've been released or not? Like
Yeah.
they have the Hawaiian shirts as like a class of
Yeah.
torsos, and the Bruce Lee is a class of torsos.
Yep.
And they have them. So
The Joker,
face,
the
we have them.
Dracula. Yeah.
And there is a
Guy
a
Fawkes.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Right. So I would assume that there's a Joker somewhere out there. But I tell you what, I'd be hard pressed to see it better than his Joker, because his is just phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. It's a beautiful pun, and then got even better.
Though it would be cool to see that like Joker paint like kind of like faded off a bit.
Yes. Yes.
So yes, it could be out there, but I would love to see. Obviously, I want to see all 8,888.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, but just set them free. You got them for sale. You're holding them.
Set
Guys,
them free.
Gals, just set them free. It's so nice.
Let them
breathe. Into the
summertime
soon. Just let them out of the cans. They want to go home. Set them free. If you got to get through the portal in a can, I don't know that.
Yep. I couldn't agree more, man. These things got to breathe. You don't want them rotting in that can.
We just brought these up. What do you like about them? Do you have a favorite?
They're all super cool. Obviously, Earp, the one that Earp has is pretty neat. That gold skull and with the swords now going through the head. All three of them are super cool. I wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't kick any of them out of bed. But I'm just curious, like, where's this going? You know what I mean? Like, so now we got regular pines, and this is like, now we have altered pines, but these altered pines are still part of the original collection because they're all still part of the 8,888. So now, are we being teased as to something that's coming along? Like, where do you think this is going?
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. And this has nothing to do? I know James has brought up this Midas touch thing, and some people at Discord, we've been looking into that because he's mentioned it before, but he's mentioned the banana pins before too. But you remember the story of Midas touch or something to those tones.
Yeah.
And so I kind of read up on that, got some thoughts on it, and I put that in one of my Discord groups, and we chatted about that. But man, I don't know what the heck is going on. We're waiting for the portal. Does this have to do with the portal? Now, PNN is playing in some prominence. Earps mentioned, keep tuned to PNN, and now they're back live. There was just a video with the Pine Mudra with Trump in there. I don't know if you caught that one recently.
I did. It's funny. Like we we bring up PNN, and now all of a sudden PNN's back too.
We're bringing everything back to life except the beta apes.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't think there's any saving them.
No, but the JPEGs have been showing up more and more lately on the boards.
The JPEGs are still alive.
They are alive. They are very nice.
But yeah, no, I did see that the Pinderson Cooper came out with another interview with Trump in the can, phoning in, and he seems to be hinting at the artifacts and the mudra having some use here pretty soon, and then also further use down the line. So it's very interesting times here to see what's going on. Can we take PNN as being real news, or are we dealing with some more fake news here?
I think you got to take it. I mean, I think Earp knows what he's talking about when he said, "Hey, keep your eyes peeled to PNN." So I'm gonna keep tuning in. Make sure you guys all and gals follow PNN on Twitter.
The Pine News Network, right? That's what it stands for.
Pinderson. I think it might be like at Pinderson Cooper, but yeah.
You know what? Because I think I was looking at Pine News Network. I think there's some like news network that's called that. And
that's fake. That's fake news then.
Yeah.
Whatever that one is.
But Pinderson Cooper, he's legit.
If you follow me or follow Popper, and you see that we're following, then that's the right page. But it's not rocket surgery. We got some smart people, we got some dumb people, but I have faith. If you're not following PNN, you will follow PNN, and you will figure out how to do it.
It's a good follow. I mean, how could you not start following them after they started dropping those twins? You know what I mean?
the twins.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna say, you see the Twins one and you watch it and you think it's awesome and then you don't follow. Like, who does that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just wrong. And I mean, we talked a bit about Pine Madness last week. All that work that you put in, and I put in a lot less work than you. TZC put in a lot of work, and other people too. But if not for those Twins, I don't know. It might not have been the smash hit of this
Yeah.
season.
No, the Twins stole the
That it turned out
show.
to be, for sure.
No question.
For sure. Love to see them back in action.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them since after I won, so we definitely like to see them again.
I bet. Yeah. So, well, I mean, I think that this kind of wraps up this segment of the show. Stay tuned. We're going to have our first special guest on. As we did tease out last week that we were looking to get the Theta Apes on. Did you have any luck getting them?
They ghosted me, the Theta Apes. So I'm gonna apologize to our 5 fans out there. Regretfully inform that the Theta Apes will not be on this episode. They pulled out, and I take this seriously. And me and Popper had a conversation after he knew they pulled out. But we had a conversation after they pulled out, and we said we're going to agree that we're most likely not going to let this happen again. To quote a CEO that I know of.
Well, you guys can understand that someone did get fired over this. It was regrettable, but we're going to hold ourselves accountable here.
Regardless,
right. Magnum taking the high road and offering this apology. You're truly a man of high moral character. There's no question about it.
The high road is the only road I've ever known. I think everyone knows that. Apart from being so humble, I am all about taking the high road. No doubt.
You are very humble. You are a very humble person. But
I
do have a side note question for you though.
Sure.
What's your full name? Like, how do you pronounce it? I know a lot of people, your friends call you Magnum. Maybe Mags. But when your mother used to yell at you when you were a kid, was it Magnum Pineapple or was it Magnum Pineapple?
Mom, she's so funny. But mom would give me the full Pineapple. It was one of those things where when we came to this country from Ellis Island and we were Magnum Pineapple and they changed our name to Pineapple, and so I go by either.
Okay.
But I'm a Pineapple first and I'm a Magnum also first.
Okay. So you prefer Magnum Pineapple?
I prefer whatever. Just don't call me late for dinner. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, tune in. We're gonna take a little break here. You'll hear a word from our sponsors, and we're gonna come back with a special segment on an interview with our buddy TZC, Theta Zilla Club. We'll talk to you soon.
This week's show is sponsored by Doug's Towboat Service. When you're in need, don't call Steve. Call Doug. And Popper's Pine Juice. Bear market got you feeling a little down? The value of your NFTs making you dry up? Well, try some Popper's Pine Juice today. Loaded with vitamins and minerals, guaranteed to make you stop feeling like a little bitty. Now get back in the game.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
TZC. Can I call you TZC or are you Mr. TZC?
Oh, TZC is fine with me.
Mr. TZC was your father, right?
Right. Papazilla.
That's all we got for this week's episode of the Pinecast. Thank you, TZC, for stopping by. And we'd like to encourage everyone to check out TZC on Open Theta TV. Looks like next week we will have special guest TBD. Please join us next week. We'll have TBD.
Wait, Mags. This is a podcast. We have plenty of time to interview him.
Stupid Magnum. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's re-welcome TZC.
Theta Zilla, Theta Zilla.
And we are back.
Hey,
TZC
what's up,
Club,
guys?
welcome to the Pinecast.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for popping on. I know it was last minute. We were trying to get the Theta Apes, and they became unavailable last minute. But you became available, which was awesome. So we certainly appreciate the last minute tag in.
And we already issued an apology, so we're all set.
We did. Magnum took the high road, and he apologized. It was amazing. So yeah, so ThetaZilla Club, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We know you got a couple of NFT projects going on, but just give the audience a little sniff of what you got going on.
Well, I'm Steve. I'm ThetaZilla Club. I've got a couple of projects over on Open Theta. I've got the ThetaZillas and the Pixillas. There are a couple of generative NFT projects like the pineapples. I've got a couple of ThetaZillas holding pineapples. We're big pineapple fans over here in ThetaZilla Club. This is where I found Sheriff actually way back in the day, early in the Discord.
Yeah, so we go back to when SPS Discord was in its heyday of just chaos. And I was looking for a place to talk NFTs, and ThetaZilla Club pops in, and next thing you know, we're just chatting away. Got a group of really good people over there on that Discord, I'll tell you. I don't know how you manage that.
Well, we were just looking for people who wanted to chat about Theta Drop. You know, we kind of, the Pineapples Discord was really for pineapple talk. So we tried to move all the Theta Drop chatting over to ThetaZilla Club, and then we were just kind of hawking Theta Drop, and that was kind of what we all bonded over in ThetaZilla Club, and just kind of exploring everything that comes out in the ecosystem.
Yeah, definitely. I remember the days of just, anything that happened on Theta Drop, there was 5 or 6 sets of eyes on it and everyone talking about it almost immediately on that Discord. And we were just, it was really refreshing too, because you got a group of people on there that they really cared for each other, and we all want each other to succeed. So it was really a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you.
It was a lot of fun too. We were all making gains on Theta Drop, having a blast, like picking out trades for each other. Well, not trades, but spotting things on the market and being like, yo, look at this.
Yeah, and before we get too much further into it, speaking of, you guys heard some of the jingles. We had a jingle opening up our Pinecast, and another one here towards the end of that first segment. We just want to throw that thank you out to Sushi Cat for creating those for us. And guess what? Sushi Cat, I met her in the ThetaZilla Club Discord. How'd you come to meet her?
In the ThetaZilla Club Discord. And I'll tell you what, Sushi Cat just got on TNS. She got a TNS domain name. So if y'all want to help her out, she is there at feedthecat.theta. And you know what else is? I've been trying to push her to do a little NFT project with some of her songs. They're sweet. I think everyone really likes them. I know I use mine as my jingle on Theta TV, and I hear y'all are using it now. You got a few now too?
Yeah, she, I asked her, and like 10 minutes later, she sends 3 of them over. So you guys have heard.
Begged Sheriff to ask her, and he said absolutely. So that she'd like to do it. So that was really appreciate that to Sushi Cat, the one and only.
Right. Much love for Sushi Cat. Thank you for everything you do for us, Sushi Cat. I know I really appreciate you. I think Sheriff and Magnum do, and the rest of the
100%.
community too. So thank you, Sushi.
Sushi Cat is just so raw. Hold for applause.
Magnum. So, Steve, can we call you Steve? Or,
yeah, that's cool.
So I know the answer to this, but when did you get into pineapples?
Oh man, I was in pineapples from the beginning, right when they were posted on Twitter from the start. I got in the Discord, and I was early to the pineapple server, and really looking forward to it. I was one of those people that were way up there in rank when the pines dropped.
So we've been focusing part of this episode on apology. Is there any apologies that you would care to make here?
All right. Well, I apologize for creating the level 10 bonus rumor. in the Pineapple Discord.
Oh man,
I didn't think it would take off like that, but that was crazy.
that one goes out to you, Truman Show, and all those hours that you spent in the rage cage.
I had friends who were spamming to get to level 10, and I'd DM them. I'd be like, dude, stop. you don't need to spam. There's no bonus room. They're like, no, man, I can't risk this.
That first day that you did that, I mean, it was just, you couldn't even be on that server. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it was the regular feed that was just going nuts. And no one could get any words in because it was just crazy.
Yeah,
that was
it was
fun.
bad. I really am sorry for that to, the Pineapple Society, to the Rare Robot, to the Pineapple Discord. I mean, it was kind of, it was wild. I didn't expect it to turn into what is now the Rage Cage.
I would like to issue another apology too. I'm just trying to piece some of this together. I don't understand any of that. What was just said. Is it possible, TZ Sizzle, if you could explain that to the 4 people that listen to the podcast?
Yeah, into the 10 of you who made Discord into a disaster. Sorry. But in the Pineapples Discord, that there was a ranking bot, and you'd chat, and it would be like, hey, congratulations, you're level 2. And then you chat more and be like, hey, you're level 3. It was a little bit before the drop. I started talking about a level 10 bonus room, like a secret level 10 room. When you get to level 10, you get promoted, and then you get into the secret room.
So it was a shit show, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Oh, man.
It was just spam. Yeah.
All I know is I asked Sheriff before he was Sheriff. I said, "Hey, pre-Sheriff, what's going on? Should I get in this Discord?" And you said, "Absolutely not." So I did not get into the Discord until the Pine Games.
It was tough to handle, and even for a while after that, there was really, it was difficult. Prior to the level 10 rumor, it was manageable, but there was still a lot of hype. So basically, Theta Zilla Club took a match and just threw it on a pile of like dry hay, and it just went on fire. Everyone was waiting for something.
The Discord was just a blur, man. It was just a blur of text coming through as fast as possible. It was nuts.
Yeah, you had 15 to 20 people just hitting like ASDF and like enter like as fast as they could.
I apologize, man. Let's not dwell on the past.
No,
let's move forward.
I mean, all in good fun. Like, I don't think anyone really cares too much. I thought it was funny, but people just took it to the next level.
Dude, I was shocked, just shocked.
And then, speaking of taking it to the next level, a few months later, we enter this thing that will forever be known as Pine Madness. You really took it to the next level immediately, before Magnum and his the famous meme came out, which split the community down the middle. You really came out and made a statement. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when you're getting into a big fight right off the bat, you got to take off the strongest fighter. Take him
boy!
Out. So
I went for the wrong guy.
I went for Sheriff Popper right off the bat. What?
You went for the wrong guy.
I didn't think you were going to rig the bracket. I didn't know about that. You rigged the game. I thought maybe I'd have like a couple of rounds of momentum behind me before I got up to battle you. No, you rigged it.
Well, he rigged it wrong because he lost.
Listen, all right. So now
they tried to rig that too.
No,
it didn't work. Go ahead.
Well, that Team Magnum was too strong.
I apologize for putting my guys up against yours in the first round.
Because I wasn't going to promote my guys. I wasn't trying to pump them. And you're running this whole Pine Madness thing.
Ooh. Yeah.
You did me dirty.
I don't think you were the only one that was done dirty.
I don't know how I'm putting the victim here.
Oh, man. That was fun, though. I mean, you guys Go ahead, Magnum. You got.
I
mean,
I gotta say
you two are
something.
part of a team here, so take it away.
Well, I'm not even, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that part, but it's much documented the amount of time that you yourself and Theta Zilla Club and others put into this. However, what doesn't get mentioned, because I'm so humble, was ask Theta Zilla Club who came up with the names of all those regions. I didn't want to make a big deal about it, but it
No
was
kidding.
me. It was me. I apologize for people not knowing that. And waiting, now they're finally hearing that, and it's like, oh wow, that must have took a lot of time, and it did. It took a lot. It took like 5 minutes.
Hey, I'll tell you, those regions, they were aptly named. I enjoyed the names of them. Abacaxi South, I believe, was one of them, right? There was names I'd never heard before, but they worked, and the color palette worked with them quite well too. So, these guys, TZC and Magnum, were the ones that were putting together the brackets. So you guys did a great job with that.
Shout out to Yahoo for helping me find those names. Thank you, Yahoo.
That was fun. Not too much fun making the brackets, but it was fun doing the Pine Madness. So thank you, Sheriff, for running that. And I apologize for going hard right off the jump. not only on Twitter, but also in Discord DMs, where I was declaring myself the champion of the tournament, like everyone naturally does.
And there was also one other place you went pretty hard too, and on your live stream. So Theta Zilla Club is at the time you were a relatively new streamer, and he's on his stream the one time, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, check out these entries, and everyone's just like, riding me. Oh, there's no way. And because it was good. I'll give it to you. The bounty hunter, he's going to crawl through some glass and take out Popper. Everyone else has like got like a story of lore about their pine, and yours just comes out. He's like, yeah, I'm coming after you. So it really set the tone. It really set the tone for basically how my entire month went. So it was pretty awesome.
Much respect for confronting it right out of the gate. So well done, because I was pretty proud of that entry, as you well know.
Yeah, no doubt. And Theta Zilla Club is a streamer on Theta TV. And selfishly, I would like all of you guys to go over to Theta TV and subscribe to his channel, because we want some emojis. And I'm hearing that you need a few more followers in order to get them. So is that the case?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting close.
Well, that's cool. Me and Mags, we got a question that we're going to ask, and we just want to know, is it just a JPEG?
Yeah, it's just a JPEG, nothing else. Sorry, that was Theta Ape Club talking. Theta Zilla. No, man, we're doing more than just JPEGs. We're going to have lots of fun with these NFTs. Nice.
Very cool. Theta Zilla Club, we greatly appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us, getting to know you. Well, you get to go tell everybody that you were the first guest for the Poppin' Mad Pinecast. So lucky you.
Well, yeah, it is lucky me, because the Ape Club they couldn't make it. So
you lucked out.
I stuck my foot in the door, man, and I got in.
Well, we appreciate it. Any closing words, Mag?
I don't have any last words, but I do have a pro tip. If you happen to open up 4 to 6 cans over a weekend of pineapples, and you pull floors in all of them, it's not a bad idea to have a can of beans on hand, due to the fact that winners get dinner, losers get grocery store beans. And that's all I can afford for the time being. So there you go. You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast, a Scumbag Hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.